have invested, your fund or global fund has really invested in many renewable energy assets as well. Infrastructure is also on the cards in many areas. Now, is that one area that you will look at? Have you started looking, and how do you judge India as an attractive destination from whatever studies you have done so far?
Well, first, it's not just energy or per se. I think even within the real estate space, there are many interesting sectors that haven't been really explored, especially in Asia. So in Asia, most prevalent people always talk about office and retail, which are big asset classes and are still growing. But there are also other sectors emerging. For example, logistics is a very good example, given the emerging importance of e-commerce.
Kishore, do you think that the government has done enough? A lot of changes are going to really transmit into actual growth on ground going forward. GST is getting rolled out. That's in process. There is Real Estate Act. There is affordable housing scheme by the government. All of them are going to show results going forward?
No, these are really very positive steps in the right direction, and I think so. Things are looking different, but obviously it would take some time by the time they come down onto the ground and get implemented. But yes, all said and done, I think so. We find the central government very receptive. We find, as a matter of fact, of late, because of the whole competitive environment, we find state governments now competing for business, which is a very positive situation where each of them want to attract more investment to the state. So I guess all these are very good pointers and would surely go. RERA again is a landmark legislation in a way in terms of customer protection, which I think so will go a long way.
Every investor is value picking and cherry picking at this point, and only few credible projects are getting money, at least in infrastructure related sectors right now. Rob, you have studied that particular bit. How has your experience been in terms of the returns, and what was assured from the investee company as well?
The returns in India actually on a relative basis stacked up pretty well compared to other geographies. Again, I think here there was probably issues with time to completion, cost overruns, etc. But again, in India, we were a bit buffeted because we didn't have the massive leverage problems that existed in Japan. A lot of things that happened in Europe. But I think the returns for India, again, on a relative basis, were okay. I think if you kind of look at it today, though, I think investors would have a tough time underwriting greenfield development with no completion guarantees, no cost guarantees, limited co-investment capital from the developer. Similarly, corporate governance, compliance, all those kind of things tick the box with investors. And I think that becomes a difficult discussion if the co-party developer is not ready to give that, what the investor wants.
What has really come out from all of this is that track record, corporate governance, customer centricity, and transparency are a few things that these days the investors keep on top of their mind, apart from the returns, obviously, which is the main agenda. With that, I wrap this session. Thank you so much for being so patient and such a great audience. And thanks to all the panelists for sharing your insights. They were really valuable. Thank you so much.